It's a pleasure to welcome on camera right now Jennica Carmona. She's the twin sister of Jessica, and she is going to be acting in the lead role of Elvira this afternoon at Grand Valley State University. Jennica, we're so glad to have you and feel like you belong.
Thank you, thank you. It's great to be here.
So when we were chatting just a minute ago, you said that you and your sister are actually kind of switching roles. Tell me about that.
That's right. Well, we actually just shot a feature film called Millie and the Lords, which I wrote and directed, and my sister Jessica played the lead role of Millie.
So tell us just a few sentences about Millie and the Lords.
Well, it was inspired by the Young Lords Party. They were a group that fought for civil rights of Puerto Ricans during the 60s and 70s. So it's a fictional piece that merges the past with the present, that inspires young people to, learn from the history and the legacy of the Young Lords Party.
And one of the leaders of that organization is
Chacha Jimenez. He's actually a part of the film. So it was wonderful and a real honor to have him come to New York and shoot a few scenes with us for the movie. And now it's come full circle, and we're here in his hometown, and he's having us here to do Elvira, which is really exciting.
Sure, sure. And tell us about Elvira and your sister's participation in that.
Sure, sure. Well, this is a play that my sister wrote, and she's been working on it for some time, and I think it's a beautiful piece. I think it's important because it really raises awareness on an important issue, which is immigration, which is a sort of a hot button topic in our country right now. So I think it's a wonderful piece. I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to bring the story to life.
So you've already done this performances of this in various locations, church basements, ESL classes. What's been the response so far?
So far, the response has been very positive. It definitely awakens a lot of people's consciousness and curiosity. People are always, eager to ask questions and learn more about, like things like what they can do, and what's the future, going to look like for immigrants. And it's been a very, very, positive response so far. So I know one of the shows that we did, Elvira was there herself, and so that was really exciting and a real honor. So
sure, you bet.
Yeah.
You bet. So with this discussion about immigration, some people really either don't understand it or have some misunderstandings about it. What are the main messages that you hope to portray, especially to non-immigrant audiences?
Sure. I think it's a complicated topic. I mean, there are no black and white answers, but I think that my general feeling, if I were to simplify it, would be that immigrants at heart are good people who come here with good intentions, who want to work hard and create a better life for themselves and for their families. So I think that a lot of times when it gets to the political level, it can sort of turn into a situation where they're demonized or, sort of made out to be, a group of people that are going to take away from our country. Whereas I think that immigrants are a great resource and they help make our country better. So I think that that's the message of this play, and I think that's pretty much my gut feeling about the immigrants.
So as you try to prepare yourself to go into this role, what's your inspiration? What's your motivation? How do you prepare to become Elvira?
Well, my inspiration, I work a lot with the immigrant community. I mean, I teach English as a second language to primarily immigrants. And so I get to know a lot of them on a personal level. And so I sort of invoke those people and their energies when I'm preparing for this role. And I feel like I'm speaking on their behalf when I'm in the interrogation room. So that's a big inspiration for me. And, as a Puerto Rican woman myself, I think about my parents and their parents and, what Mexicans and, South Americans are to our population today. Like many years ago, that was what Puerto Ricans were. They were considered, immigrants, and, they were, the recipients of a lot of racism and prejudice. So
the latest wave of outsiders.
Exactly, the latest wave. It's very cyclical, you know what I mean? So it's not like this is I feel very, distanced from them. I feel in a way very connected to that community because I myself am, from other, background.
Sure, sure. Speaking of your parents, what do they think of your endeavors in the creative arts, what you and your sister are doing?
Well, they say they're very proud of us, and I believe them. My parents have been a huge influence on both my sister and I, and they've always raised us with a social consciousness, a social awareness. So in a sense, it's not a big surprise that my sister and I have created these projects that are sort of centered around these themes. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for spending time with us. us today. I know you've got to scoot and get over and get ready for the...
do a Q and get ready for this afternoon's show. So,
Awesome.
but
Well,
thank you.
thanks so much for joining us, and
Yeah.
break a leg this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
Alan.